Hi, Andrew here, talking about mission. And I spoke about my mission being to come to understand, come to grips with my depression, to explain it to other people in order to help them come to grips with their own. What form will that take? That's just the most huge, overarching 10,000-foot view of it. What's the nitty-gritty of it? Wow, do I have a shit ton of ideas on how that may be. And they all go back to something I referenced previously, how I changed from a posture blogger to a strength and conditioning and a fitness and ergonomics and success and surviving depression and parenting, all of these things. And my videos, I went through a lot of that as well. And it all came back to navigating the third act through the gray mist of depression. It's all me noodling out how I survive, how I continue on. And there's a tremendous amount of information available, or that I have excavated and written down or recorded, that in and of itself would provide tremendous teaching opportunity. Diet, nutrition, and supplementation, yoga, all of these things. There are so many little avenues that I can focus on because each and every one of them has helped me along my way. But how did I ultimately come to that 10,000 foot, my mission is to come to understand the roots and causes and triggers and methods of dealing with my depression that I can help others. It came down to those men I mentioned previously, Troy, Ray, Ben, Mike, and their writings and their teachings. Now, I have spent a certain amount of money on this, and this is their living, so I'm not going to give away the farm, or their information, but let me put it this way. They asked a series of keen questions that forced me to dig in, to excavate in, look inward, and to dig deeper. And one of them, a very simple one, I'm trying to, I've mentioned I'm trying, my mission no longer revolves around mechanical engineering. It no longer fulfills me. It no longer drives me forward. I need something else. It pays the bills, and it will continue to pay the bills until I'm ready for that off-ramp. And if that off-ramp is when kid 3 goes off to university and I no longer have to pay all the bills, that's what it is. I'm good at it. It pays decently. I enjoy it for what it is, but it doesn't fill me up, so I have to do something else, and that's what I'm working on. And I realized as I dug in, why do I want to go into business? Well, yeah, I want to make money, but there's a lot more than that. And as you go deeper and deeper and deeper, don't ask the surface question. Once you've got the surface scraped off, ask the next question, and then ask the next question, and dig deeper and deeper into it. And I realized, completely out of the blue, through all of this back pain that I've been recovering from, that all I want to do is get myself back to physically healthy so that I can be the daddy that my kids need, so that I can also go to the computer and write this stuff down. I am driven, I am compelled to write about this now. Robert Heinlein used to talk about the monkey on his shoulder, that he only started writing to pay a quick bill, and when he was done, he was done. He was going to go back to being whatever it was he was. I think he was a mechanical engineer. But then he talked about the monkey on his shoulder would start bugging him, and the only way to scratch that itch was to write the story. I have these stories in my head now. I don't lack for content. I lack for time to create it all. I have this stuff in my head, and I have to get it down. And that might be one way to describe your mission. What is the thing you are compelled to do? No, I'm not going to name names and I'm not going to describe them. There is a business coach for whom I have very little respect, who, one of the things he talks about is, what would you do in your free time? What do you do in your free time? That's where you want to focus your business efforts. Well, I'm past that. I don't do it in my free time. I do it in my free time. I make time because it is a compulsion. So forget what would you do as a hobby. Forget what would you do in your free time. What is it you are compelled? What thing in here and in here compels you? That gives you, it scratches that itch that Heinlein talked about, that gets that monkey off your back, tells you, lets him leave you alone. Somewhere in there, in answering that question, that is where you'll find your mission. Or at least that's where I found mine. Thank you very much for watching. That was my time. Now is your time. And in the meantime, take care, and you'll see me soon.